Hey, how you doing, guys? For my second video topic of the week, we're kind of going to look back, revisit an old topic. And no, I don't revisit older topics on pieces of equipment. In this case, I'm going to make an exception for two reasons. For one, when I bought my Canon C100, I also bought this Canon L lens with it. And I did mention it briefly, not in detail. So we're going to kind of go over that now. And two, I didn't really, during that time, use a whole lot of interchangeable lenses, didn't know a lot about them. Yes, I did have a Canon T3i DSLR along with two kit lenses. And I really didn't take that many pictures and or video with it. Of course, I have used it, but not enough to really get a good experience with replaceable lenses or switchable lenses. And so I'm going to kind of go over that now, and we're actually going to take a look at the Canon 24 to 105 L lens, which is considered one of their professional lenses. So we're going to talk about that now. It is kind of expensive. About retails for about $1,000. I figure, well, at least if I'm going to get a Canon C100, I should at least get one really good lens. And it's been exceptional, I have to say that. And to me, this lens is a really good all-rounder. It's got a wide zoom range. It has an autofocus, which I do have a dual pixel focus on this Canon C100. It did come with the upgrade already installed. Stabilization as well. Of course, you can see these two switches here for that on the lens. Of course, you can do manual focus as well. And you can do manual focus while the autofocus is engaged too. Now, it is kind of hefty for the weight, of course. With most zoom lenses, they tend to usually use more lenses inside. And even though it's made out of plastic, it's very rugged. Not only that, it also is weather sealed, like I believe all their Canon L lenses. And there's actually a rubber O-ring that goes all the way around that helps seal it, and probably on both ends as well. Of course, it's got the contacts for give you lens information as well as autofocus too. Now, actually, one of my favorite aspects of this lens is it can actually go really wide for a zoom lens, I think. I mean, since it's got a really great zoom range, it does go to 24 millimeters. So actually, I'm at around 24 millimeters right now as far as zoom range, and to me that still covers quite a bit of, I guess you say, wideness, if I can say that. And that's actually, believe it or not, one of my favorite aspects of this lens. Of course, it can zoom in up to 105 millimeters, which is a great zoom range. Of course, when you're zooming in that much, you definitely perhaps want to use stabilization if you're going handheld, because that's going to exaggerate it by a great amount. Now, there's a couple of things that I don't necessarily like with this lens, and one of which is the aperture only goes to 4.0, so you can't get a great depth of field, a bokeh, however you want to say it, with this lens. Of course, with detachable lenses or replaceable lenses, you can swap them out. That's the whole reason of having switchable lenses, is to, not one lens is going to be greatest at everything. So that's the reason why we have switchable lenses. Primes tend to be sharper. There's pros and cons with any lens. I mean, if I had a second chance to choose another lens, I might have, maybe. like I said, as an all-rounder, it's really great lens. Another thing I've noticed as well is it's not really parafocal, which means if you zoom in and out, it's not going to be in focus, but that's not a big deal because I have the autofocus with the Canon C100. Another thing I noticed as well is you zoom in, I believe it actually darkens the exposure as well. Now, I don't tend, with a Canon C100, I don't tend to zoom in and out when I'm actually using the camera, primarily because doing it that way, doing it manually by hand, it tends to make it very look unprofessional. So usually I'll stop the camera, I'll go ahead and zoom in or zoom out as needed, and then turn the camera back on. So the darkening is not a problem because then I'll reset exposure using the joystick and then go from there. And I'm trying to think what else about the lens. That's about it, I guess. I just kind of wanted to cover it a little bit more in detail. Some of the my use with this lens. I've been using it now for, I guess, two or 3 years, ever since I had a Canon C100. So I have a better idea on how lenses work, and in particular the Canon lenses. I'm hoping, of course, I did get the 50 millimeter as well, the Canon Nifty 50. You can actually see that video as well on my channel, which is this one right here. It's still in the box. Very good value for the money as well. It's about $125. Now, I am thinking of perhaps getting one more lens. I think I'm getting another prime. I would like to get a cinema prime lens. They tend to be very expensive, but I've found some very inexpensive and YouTube-worthy lenses, perhaps, to showcase on my channel as well. But I'll keep you informed. Till then, see you guys later, and thanks for watching. And if you like my videos, please subscribe. Thanks.